Okay, starting the recording, and hello everybody, welcome back to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast that's slightly off, officially episode 1, last week was the test episode where we talk about just a movie we like, to segue us into the actual show. That is Sam Fashion, I am Mikey, and we are going to talk about some movies, and then talk about the Weirdo movie later on.
Of the week, which is The Exterminating Angel, which if you saw last week's episode, you hopefully watched it.
Hopefully.
If not, pause. You can. It was only $3 for the, standard definition on YouTube. And then I found out actually somebody uploaded the whole thing. But
yeah, you can find it pretty
regardless,
easily.
go watch it. We'll talk about it in a bit. But
yeah. But for now, we're going to talk about other movies we saw this week. And I want to start talking about the Meg to the Trench.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. I did. I saw part of that.
You saw part of it, yeah. You fucking flaked out halfway through.
I quit. And and you saw it. I saw it as well.
The whole thing. Made my girlfriend watch it.
You watched the entire Meg 2.
Made her sit through the entire thing.
Damn.
Against her will.
I heard it doesn't get a whole lot better from this first half. I watched about half, I think.
When did you leave? Spoilers for the Meg 2, by the way.
Oh, big time spoilers, because guess what happened? The shark escaped, and they had other Megs with it. And they're like, they were down there, and they were like, whoa, what's that guy doing? What's your little fucking pet doing out here? They're like, I don't know, but they're going somewhere. And they're like, fuck, let's follow it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? That's the, okay, I'm out. And I was at a drive-in, which if you haven't been to a drive-in, everyone should go to a drive-in.
I haven't been there in years.
Oh, man, the Long Prairie, Minnesota drive-in is a godsend. And I love it so much. And I hope it is protected, but business is not well in movie theaters, so.
Let alone drive-ins.
Let alone drive-ins. Thank God for Barbie. Anyways, watching the Meg 2 there after Barbie, of course. And yeah, halfway through the movie, that scene happened, and I fucking, babe, you want to go? Yep. Okay, switch. She was sleeping during the Meg. She was in the driver's seat. So we switch. I turn the car on. I leave. I couldn't do any more.
Yeah, that's not even like that far into the movie. That's not even halfway.
I don't even think it was halfway. Maybe.
Like they've got like a captive Meg in captivity, and Jason Statham's like, I hate this Meg. Why is it captive? It's a Meg.
Mig.
Oh. And so he's like complaining the whole time, and then the Meg eventually escapes when they go on an underground expedition underwater to the trench. The Meg to the trench. That's where they're going.
Oh shit! I barely missed the titular trench, huh?
Yeah.
They were just going down into that. Okay, I wasn't fully.
By the time you see the other Megs, they're definitely in the trench.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I fucking was like, took 2 seconds to not look. And then they were already in the trench. I didn't even see them go through that stupid fucking, like, sulfate layer.
Yep.
The vape cloud.
I remember something like that and thinking, this is, like, very Kong vs. Godzilla looking. But
not good.
But not good. Yeah, that movie's fantastic. Meg 2.
No good.
I don't know. I loved the Meg. I loved the first one. I mean,
I rewatched
for what it is.
It's definitely, it doesn't, it takes itself as seriously as it needs to, given that it's, only about Jason Statham fighting a Meg. And it doesn't do anything more than that, but I don't know about, I think this one, there wasn't enough Meg. They were like, you didn't even make it. They got into like a corporate conspiracy plot line where they're down in the trench, the Meg to the trench. And they find like a whole underwater compound that's like a whole mining expedition at the bottom of the trench, the Meg to the trench.
Okay, well, I guess this will be kind of interesting learning, because now I kind of want you to give me like the easiest recap of the rest of the movie if people don't care about spoilers, because I don't want to watch it. So they go down to the trench and they find what?
They're exploring. They see their pet Meg and then 2 more Megs.
Okay.
And they're like, that's the alpha predator, and then they discover that they're down there to fornicate. The pet Meg escaped because it's horny and wants to make more Megs.
I can't believe I left before the horny shark scene.
You didn't see anything. They're swimming in a circle. Jason Statham's like, I hate these MIGs, and they're gonna make more MIGs. And then yeah, that's that. They discover this underwater mining operation. And then you see a bunch of underwater dudes in suits mining away at the rocks.
The fuck?
And then you just cut to some dude in a submarine, and he's like, they discovered us, so he blows up all of his coworkers.
Oh,
in an attempt to, like, not only cover up the evidence of this underwater mining expedition in this undiscovered part of the Meg to the Trench, but also to, like, blow up Jason Statham and his friends. Which doesn't work. They all survive, and then they have to, like, they have to like put on their underwater trench suits that they conveniently remembered to bring in case of emergency. Which, by the way, I couldn't get it out of my head. These trench suits that they're wearing look like the fucking the Martian spacesuits from Mars Attacks.
Okay.
Like, straight up, they got big dome helmets, and Jason Statham's bald. So he looks like he's one of the Martians, you know, ready to go, like,
that's hilarious. Movie sucks. I hate that movie so much.
Mars Attacks?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Good movie. I'll defend it until I rewatch it.
I don't think I get it.
I haven't seen it in like 10 years, so I gotta rewatch it.
You might have to, because I tried. I remember liking it as a kid. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mig.
The Mig.
We're talking about Mig.
The Mig to the trench. So the next plot thread, which I thought was gonna take up like most of the movie, is they have to walk through the trench, the Meg to the trench, for 3 miles to this underwater base that they found, whilst avoiding Megs and other dinosaurs that live at the bottom of the trench.
That's so cringy. I don't like that.
20 minutes go by, and then they're at the base. And then they're like, we've made it. But wait a minute. I've turned on this really bright flashlight. And now the Megs know where we are. So the Megs start trying to... Huh?
And the Megs just want to kill them just because they're alive?
Because they see a big bright flashlight at the bottom of the ocean. They're like, that's food.
Shouldn't the Megs just be like being horny somewhere else? Why do they fucking care about Jason Statham?
I think they already did it, and now they just got the hungies.
Yeah. Yo, babe, you want to go get a snack?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Jason Statham? Good.
Yeah,
Let's go eat that.
Jason Statham. He's from the Meg.
I hate these fucking Megs.
Migs.
It sounds like a slur almost now.
We've been saying it too much.
But keep going, please.
Okay. So, before they even make it to the base, along the way, one of their partners, one guy, gets fucking slurped up by a giant octopus.
Sick.
Yeah, we see like, he's got a giant octopus behind him. We see it open its eye and then a brief tentacle move, and then everybody just hears him scream, and then his helmet just falls down, and then they're like, we gotta go, and then we don't see the octopus for most of the movie. We don't see him until the very end.
And he's just an octopus that lives down there.
He's just a big octopus, man. Big octopus, big Megs.
I get that. I get that.
Anyway, yeah, they make it to the base. One of their helmets gets bitten by these like little dinosaur rats that also live at the bottom of the ocean.
One of their helmets gets bitten by one of them?
Yeah, bitten. So like their helmet's starting to leak. They're losing pressure. Very quickly.
Yeah.
And as they make it inside the water airlock, water's about to drain. Bang! Their helmet implodes. And it's hilarious because
that sounds cool.
The Titan submarine disaster just happened. And one of their helmets imploded, just like the real life thing.
I suppose. Yeah, okay, yes. That is topical.
Relevant.
Was it cool looking though? That sounds like a cool scene.
Not. I mean, for PG-13, they don't do much of that. You just see the glass shatter and kind of cave in a little bit, and that's it.
Yeah, a little.
And then we just don't see anything else from her, because they just leave her in the airlock. So Jason Statham and the rest of the living go inside the thing. Discover nobody's there except for the one guy who blew up everything in the first place and put them in that situation. And he confronts Jason Statham, and he's like, "You put me in jail for 2 years. I'm gonna kill you."
Is he a big buff guy?
No, he kind of looks like Mickey Rourke minus about 100 pounds. Like Mickey Rourke from Iron Man 2 specifically.
Yeah, that's the only Mickey Rourke I know.
Yeah, same here. I haven't seen the wrestler.
I actually haven't. Anyway.
Yeah. And then,
So then
they have a fight.
Where's the shark?
It's on the outside. They're on the inside of the underwater sea base.
Boring.
Exactly. Lame.
They're in the trench.
They're in the trench. The MiG to the trench. So inside this mining operation, they also see what rocks they've been mining, and they see it's rare earth minerals. They've been mining rare earth minerals, and this chunk is worth $1 billion. And Jason Statham's is like, billion with a B, and they're like, yes. And they establish that they've got this big grindy machine to break down the rare earth minerals. So then make it easier to transport.
It's all in the trench.
This is all happening in the trench. The make to the trench.
Okay.
And they turn the machine on. Establish that it works. And Jason Statham and this guy are having this fight on this conveyor belt, and the machine's going crushing rocks. And I'm thinking, cool. One of these dudes, probably not Jason Statham, is going to get grounded up. No, doesn't happen.
Oh.
Dude, the bad guy, the discount Mickey Rourke, lives. He gets kicked out, and then finds a little escape pod, sends him up to the ocean, to the surface, out of the trench. Jason Statham and friends find the rest of the escape pods, where we learn who's behind all of this in the first place. And it's that one lady in the beginning of the movie who's all like, I've got this company and we're partners, I forgot her fucking name. But she's set up as one of the main financiers of the operation.
Okay.
And she's like, we can't have them doing this. We don't like Jason Statham. He does stuff. I honestly, there's no motivation behind why any of this needs to be kept a secret. It's all fake, she's got her little toy. She brought her little toy with her. Anyway, so they discover who's behind it all. It's just some nonsense that Jason Statham wants to stop them for environmental reasons, but they're just mining up rare earth minerals at the bottom of the ocean. Who's gonna notice the pollution at the bottom of the ocean in the trench, the make to the trench? So,
Jason Statham then kills her?
No, she's up at the surface. She's wired in. Yeah, no.
Man, does he not fist fight her?
No, she doesn't. No, they don't.
This movie's making every bad turn. I needed to write this movie. Go on.
They eventually escape. I forgot exactly how because the movie's boring. They make it back up to the surface and discover the MiGs are heading to an island full of people. And the island's called Fun Island.
This literally sounds like you're making this up.
I'm not. Big location text across the screen, Fun Island.
Okay.
So we've got our setup on where a lot of people are going to get eaten by little dinosaur rat things and MiGs and one big octopus.
But on an island.
On an island full of tourists.
So there's probably a lot of people in the water, I assume.
Yeah, a lot of people in the water, a lot of people in weird little pedal boats.
Okay. Sounds fun.
that was the one part my girlfriend was looking forward to, and then it didn't happen until the last 20 minutes of the movie.
The Fun Island.
Fun Island. So
it's all my girlfriend wanted.
The MiGs show up at Fun Island, start chowing down. The dinosaurs are somehow already on the island, like the little rat dinosaurs. They can swim at the bottom of the ocean, and they can just go up just fine. The effects look so fucking bad too. It's an ugly movie to look at.
Yeah.
So everyone's freaking out, let's get out of the water. There's MiGs everywhere, and they're we gotta get back in the water. There's dinosaurs trying to eat us. And these dinosaurs, they're the size of a fairly large dog, So you get enough of them, they'll fuck you up. So Jason Statham's team of friends try to save as many people as they can from the MiGs and the dinosaurs, and the corporate lady who the villain, she lands her helicopter just to show up. There's no reason she needs to be there. And then she's like, "All right, time to leave." But first, pilot, you go check on what that noise was, because she heard a noise. And her pilot gets eaten, like, as soon as he steps out the door. She also is like, "What was that noise?" Gets out, it gets eaten just about instantly, too. And there's, like, 2 dead bodies right outside the copter she didn't notice.
Jesus.
So, villain taken care of. Mickey Rourke shows back up again. He's like, "I'm back for seconds." Jason Statham and him fight on a dock. And
finally.
Jason Statham, him have, fisticuffs, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And then Jason Statham ends up with either a knife or a gun, I forgot, ready to finally take this guy out. And he's like, "I don't need this." Tosses the gun aside. And then Mickey Rourke's like, "You've made a big mistake." And then Jason Statham's like, "No, I haven't." Kicks him off the dock as a MiG chomps him like a tag team takedown.
What? How?
The MiG just happens to be going by, mouth agape, and Jason Statham just kicks him off the dock, and the dude gets eaten. I'm pretty sure it's in one of the trailers. You can see it in one of the trailers. Yeah.
Funny. Oh man, I'm so glad I left.
It's so lame. So they've got to take out the MiGs. Jason Statham finds a bomb on one of the subs they were in, and makeshifts bomb harpoons for him and his friends to use to take out the MiGs.
Oh, with jet skis. I read about that.
Jet skis, exactly.
That's the one reason I regretted leaving. I'm like, that sounds cool.
And admittedly, it was. He rides a wave with a jet ski, harpoons one of the MiGs, blows his brains out.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But that's just one MiG. I forgot what happened to the second MiG. I think the second MiG starts eating the octopus, because the octopus finally showed up and it was just like thrashing its tentacles around at everybody.
Too much.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I totally forgot what happened to that second MiG, because it's just completely blanking on me. They got 3 MiGs, but I only remember 1 takedown. So I'll just skip ahead. They save the day. All the dinosaurs are presumed dead. They've got 1 MiG left, and it's the one that was in captivity.
Oh, clicker. They use the whistle.
Clicker. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up again, because they're in the beginning in the movie. They set up like, this dude's got a clicker.
Set it up.
1 click for come here, 2 clicks for go away.
Hold the audience hand so hard.
And then
make you the trick.
And then Jason Statham's like, "No, it's a MiG. It's not gonna listen to you." And the dude's like, "I got this. Go away." And he's clicking the thing like, "Go away. I don't want you anymore, Lassie. Get out of here."
Oh no.
And the MiG goes away, and that's it. Day is saved. I don't remember anything after that. The movie was very much not good. I was told not to watch it by my coworker just because he's smarter than me.
Yes.
And didn't see it. He just knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah, but he didn't get to talk about it on a podcast for 15 minutes.
Where is he now?
That guy. Well, yeah,
he didn't get to talk about it on a podcast.
Loser. Well, I'm glad I left it.
Yeah. It's not good. My girlfriend also tried to fall asleep during most of the movie too. Because like she was like done with work for the day.
Yeah.
But of course we chose to see it in the loudest auditorium.
Fuck yeah, of course.
Premium large format.
Fuck yeah.
It is so fucking obnoxious to like evenly listen to also. Just nonsense going on.
Yeah. The trench makes loud noise.
The MiG to the trench. That's it.
Oh, cinema.
Yeah, it's a bad movie. It's not even enjoyable, because most of it is just so boring. And by the time you do make it to Fun Island, when you get to see the MiGs eating the people, you're just checked out.
Right. Yeah.
You're just like, get it over with. Let me leave, unless you've already left.
Oh man, this is the second movie in the last month that I've left halfway through.
What's the first one?
And it was Insidious: The Red Door.
Oh, I didn't even bother seeing that.
So I love the Insidious movies, but it was a bad. It was
Yeah.
so bad. And I kind of like promised myself I wouldn't sit through movies just because I should finish them. I should just allow myself to let some go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish
I don't
I
need to
wish I
finish
had
the
that.
Meg too.
I wish I had that self-control. Anytime I
Yeah.
start a movie, I feel like I have to finish it.
I used to be the same way, and I'm
Like,
trying to give myself the relief.
give yourself the 50 minutes you can still save.
Right. I respect myself enough to leave the Meg 2.
Yeah.
Can you say that about yourself, buddy?
They can't.
God damn, dude. Therapy's needed.
So yeah, that's the Meg 2. Bad movie. But good movie I want to talk about is Talk to Me. That's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
A very Australian movie.
Very Australian, yeah.
My
By a couple
God,
of dudes named Raka Raka.
Yeah, YouTubers, I guess.
I never heard of him until now, but
Same.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm American.
yeah.
But dude, the freaking beginning of that movie, like literally just the credits I'm talking about were so like everyone was like Australian Studios, freaking Sydney Film Festival. Like every single one of them had to do with Australia. And then like 5 minutes into the movie, there's a dying kangaroo. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is so Australian.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck is that thing dying in the road? It's like, oh, it's a kangaroo. They're in Australia. This happens a lot. Apparently, like, kangaroos are just, like, vermin. Despite being the national symbol. Like,
no, yeah. Well,
if you hit one on the side of the road, don't feel bad, because you're doing the neighborhood a favor.
Well, I feel like it's kind of like deer, too, because I think they fuck up a lot of cars, because they can get pretty sizey, you know?
Yeah, no, I've seen like, fucking ripped-ass kangaroos.
Oh, man. That's
Not on
crazy.
the internet, not in real life.
Only in movies for me.
Well, yeah.
She should have killed that thing.
Should have done it, but she pussed out.
So you liked it though? You liked
I thought it was great. Yeah, I had a great time with it. The makeup effects with the fucking like black contact lenses they do, awesome. That was awesome.
Very good. Like I mean, it felt simple, which was nice. It felt like
it's a simple possession movie, but it's executed just perfectly.
It's executed so well, but still maintains that like indie charm a little bit, and I respect that a lot. And like the characters were great. I'm not gonna remember any names or anything.
I don't know.
But the person who had the hand, who owned the hand, they. Not even sure their gender, to be honest with you.
I know the actor. The actor is trans.
Okay.
I found that out. I think trans mask. I still could be wrong.
I will just they them until I know for sure. But they fucking killed it. Absolutely was like
perfect high school douchebag.
Right, like
but with a really cool thing to have a reason to hang out with.
Felt real, like felt very just like douchebag, but like also I don't know, just trying to have fucking fun with this goddamn hand.
Your mic cut out again.
Oh, fuck, I had to move it. How about now?
It's good now, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I don't know, it just felt like a bunch of high schoolers for real. And I don't know how old those Rocco, whatever fuck those Australians are, but
I imagine they're around our age, like late 20s, early 30s at the latest.
Yeah, but they made a good movie.
Good movie.
It was simple, and it was good. I'm glad I brought my girlfriend to it. She doesn't even like horror movies. She enjoyed it. We watched it with subtitles on like the big screen, which is cool.
Really?
Yeah, it was open caption one. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll do that.
They don't have that at my theater.
Oh, really?
Ableist.
Yeah, no shit. AMC does at least like 1 or 2 shows a night, but it's like random which movie it is. But I've got a couple, and I actually prefer it. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with subtitles.
Sometimes it's nice. Usually I don't, because I find myself just reading them more often. But if it's like you know, like my girlfriend's asleep next to me, she's got her like bedside fan blowing max volume. I'm not gonna turn my TV up max volumes to overpower the fan.
Right.
I'll just turn subtitles on.
Oh, I love subtitles. I'm a subtitle guy.
it works. I turned them on for I think like one of the Nolan movies I rewatched too, just because his audio mixing is also.
Because Tenet, yeah, Tenet
yeah.
oh my god, I watched that one. The second time I watched that one with subtitles as well. Might cut out here. Hold on. How'd that sound?
I heard you're good now.
Cool. But yeah, no. Talk to me was good.
Good movie. Again, simple premise, but executed in a way that just feels like absolutely refreshing.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Cannot wait for the sequel that I guess they already fucking filmed.
Oh really?
Yeah, they I guess like all the like the stuff at the party in the beginning, they have enough footage for just a second movie.
Huh.
And A24 like just 2 days ago announced a sequel. Talk to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's genius. Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Did you not to fully change the subject, but did you watch X or Pearl?
I've seen X. I have yet to watch Pearl.
Okay. So, God, fucking great movies. Pearl is weird, but those were filmed kind of similar, right? Like they were filmed, and then they're like, let's make another one. Like,
X,
right? I think
X
they
happened.
didn't plan it really.
Yeah, no, X happened, and everybody was like, "Yeah, that's a good fucking movie." And then Pearl came out like 3 months later, I think. Shocked everybody.
Yeah. Well, because they filmed it at the same time.
They filmed it before, yeah.
Yeah. So like.
Now everybody's got to wait what feels like forever for the third one to come out.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be out by like December that year, January the following.
Yeah.
But here we are, a year later.
Let's see if it's good. Yeah, you have to watch Pearl. Pearl's cool. If like, it's a pretty good movie throughout, but there's a few scenes in that thing that are just like that girl steals the goddamn show. Mia Goth. Yeah, my God, iconic cinema in that movie.
I like Mia Goth. I thought she was great in Infinity Pool. Awesome in Infinity Pool.
Wait, did I watch that? No, I haven't watched that yet.
That one might be hit or miss because again, it's just so fucking out there. But
I heard it was like pretty bloody or something.
Pretty bloody and pretty cummy too. A lot of dick. We don't see Alexander Skarsgård's dick though. Apparently in the Sundance version they showed at Sundance, full hog. But theatrically they cut it out, and I was pissed.
God damn it!
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I will have to watch it, if not only for the dongs.
For the dongs, and again, Mia Goth is also just a fucking like maniac in that movie too.
Yeah, I bet she has a huge dong in it.
Pack it.
It's infinity, dude. Yeah, man, a lot of good like smaller horror movie, and I feel obviously like A24 has done a lot for that just sect of horror, but
elevated horror, as people call it.
Yes, I try to avoid all the cringy words that I little kind of cringe at from hearing them so much.
Listen, elevated horror is just a good horror movie.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's all it is.
It's just that it's good.
Oh man, it's elevated because it works. Yeah, okay.
There's themes behind it. So like, yeah, there's also themes behind fucking Paranormal Activity, but you ain't calling that elevated.
Man, I'm not calling Insidious the Red Door elevated, that's for sure.
Are you calling the elevator-based horror movie Devil elevated?
Oh, shit, yes, I would. That's an elevated horror movie. Think about it. Joke aside, the clever wordplay aside, yeah, I would fit it into that, like, cliche.
I haven't seen it. I just remember there's an elevator in it.
It's not bad. It's not so bad. Devil. Cool poster, too.
Cool poster. It's got the evil looking elevator on it. And it's like, I'm not getting in that. I'll take the stairs.
Jesus. It's a movie called Jesus, and it's about the stairs.
You have to walk with the cross for 30 feet. However far you had to walk, I don't know.
But speaking of subtitles. I watched a movie yesterday with subtitles.
I watched a movie on, I think it was Monday with subtitles.
Did you? Was it in English or was it in maybe Spanish?
It was in Spanish.
What? What a coincidence. Was it The Exterminating Angel?
It was The Exterminating Angel. Hold on, let me get the poster on OBS. There it is.
Hell yeah.
This week's movie, Exterminating Angel. We're going to spoil it. Hopefully, audience, you watched it. It's a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah, you've had quite a few years to watch it now. Okay.
Quite a few
67?
years.
Something like that. This is my first movie by this guy.
Same here.
But I don't remember his name, but everybody on Letterboxd was
Luis
talking about him.
Buñuel, I think.
Okay.
It's what it says on the poster I'm looking at.
Buñuel. Lin-Manuel Miranda. Okay, perfect. Anyway, a lot of people's talking a lot about his movies, so I kind of want to visit some of those. But Exterminating Angel, what a fucking movie! What a weird movie!
A movie that's just slightly off, if you'd say.
Yeah. Apparently, my girlfriend had not understood what this podcast was. I guess. I mean, she hasn't listened to it or whatever, which is fine. But she didn't know what the Weirdo Watchlist was. So we were watching this movie, and she's like, she turns to me at not even halfway through. She goes, "This is weird as hell," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's like the point." And I'm like, "Oh."
What?
Yeah, so she watched it, and then she thought it was weird, and like going into that movie not knowing that it was going to be weird, thinking it was just normal. Yeah. I think she was a little more, confused than I was for sure. Because first thing I want to point out is the repeating scene thing.
I didn't even catch that on the first go around. Like I had to. Okay. By the end of the movie, I was like, I don't know what any of this it was supposed to be like the sheep going into the church or like the fucking military showing up. I was like, I'm gonna have to YouTube this. And there's one video on YouTube that explains the movie by some high school.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's a very much a high school film class type video essay, but it did a good enough job where I understood most of the thematic choices.
Yeah, because I don't know if it fully really has a exact meaning or some of the thematic choices almost feel super fucking random.
From what the video said, right?
Mm-hmm.
The director is very anti-religion, so he equated them being trapped in the room is being trapped in religion. And at the end of the movie, with all the sheep heading into church, it's literally just like a big herd mentality.
Sheeple. Yeah,
Sheeple.
Right,
exactly.
And then the military shooting at all the people.
He hates the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta say that word. I've seen that word on Letterboxd since looking up Exterminating Angel. My God, that word is everywhere. And I can't even pronounce it. Bougie.
The movie's very based it's like a satire on the elite, but it's also pretty specific to the Spanish and Mexican elite of the 60s and the bourgeoisie. That's why I think it went over my head at least.
Yeah, I honestly I do feel like some of this stuff is thrown in there just to make it kind of throw you off, to make the narrative really just more confusing. Because that first scene that repeated, I'm high as hell. I get super high before I watch movies, so I'm always peak high when I start the movie, and I'm watching this thing, and then I pause it. I swear to God, I paused it between the scene that plays twice in a row, and I push play, and I watch it. I'm like, what? Didn't that just fucking happen? And I'm like, did I rewind it? Then I stopped, and then something happened twice again. I don't even remember what it was. Some small detail. I'm like, no, I gotta rewind.
I think at one point they repeat the same dinner toast.
Yes, he does with the women, and and just all these repeating things. I read one person saying there was 5 or 6 that they noticed. I'd have to rewatch, or when he's talking about he's gonna lose his hair in the matter of hours. What? Did you remember that? Do you remember that?
A little bit.
Sentence?
Yeah.
He's mixing up people. All of the people in this room are being kind of melted together just by narrative choice and by the movie, not by just the dialogues, but they're purposely just confusing, I feel like. And I don't know what the thematic choice is there, but I love it. I loved the way it made the whole thing feel like a fever dream. The scene with the hand floating across
she's
the room.
Falling asleep. She's dreaming about some hand. Almost stabs someone's real hand.
Why is there a bear? Why does that girl have fucking chicken feet in her purse?
I think back to the themes of religion being terrible. I think another thing is like people's like natural like superstition to things they don't understand. I think that's like a big thing about the chicken feet, the bear and the sheep living in the house too. They're like, as these like rich, pompous, well-mannered people slowly start to like degenerate into know like savage people trying to kill each other, sacrifice each other. The bear's just chilling. He's fine. He's the least animalistic of the bunch. That's yeah. The video essay like explained that too, and it was like
that's true. I guess I didn't think that way.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either. I was just like, something's gonna happen with this bear. Half the time,
why is the bear there?
Half the time, it's just a dude in a bear suit. I noticed.
I noticed a couple for sure.
There's a couple of shots like where the bear's like super far away, and you just see him stand up as a dude in a suit.
And honestly, all the other shots of the bear were very handheld and far away. Like they didn't really have a good animal trainer maybe or something. They're like, okay, we're gonna film this guy, but stay on the balcony because
it's a bear.
That's a fucking bear. Like all the shots that would cut to it would be just different. And I thought that was funny.
I think we should explain more about like what the movie is like at face value about too.
True.
So
Give it a
little. We're going into like everything else.
That's true. You should watch the movie if you haven't. I feel like we shouldn't go full plot here, but a little synopsis definitely wouldn't hurt.
It's like group of friends after like they go to like a stage play. One of them invites them over to dinner at his big house. They have dinner. They're big, rich, pompous people. They treat their service staff as lower than them, but not in a shitty way. But if one of them trips and spills all their food, they're gonna laugh at them.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, because they're subhuman. They're the entertainment. We're rich. We're pompous.
Yeah.
And then they all congregate back in the living room, and then as time goes on through the night, they're like, all right, let's leave, and then none of them do. And that's personally my worst nightmare, is being stuck at a party and then no one's gonna let me leave.
Yeah.
And like next morning comes, everyone's like, all right, where's breakfast? Let me get some breakfast. But all the servants the night before the dinner party left. They left like after the dinner service. They inexplicably they don't know why exactly. They all had like different excuses. To me, it almost felt like it was planned. Like they're like, we gotta go, we gotta hoof it.
Right, and I love that it wasn't like now. I haven't rewatched the movie yet, but now rethinking those first scenes where those people are leaving, like they didn't know why they were leaving. They also don't know why they were all mysteriously drawn back to the house at the same day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and all
of that is just so unexplained, and I fucking love that. I mean,
yeah, the people stuck in the living room too don't know why they can't leave. They go to leave and they're like, well, wait a minute, I gotta go do this thing over here that's still inside the room. And then they all slowly realize they can't leave. So eventually, like, they really just like stop trying to leave, and then they just start again, like, blaming the host of the party, blaming this guy or that guy. They've run out of food because no one can leave the room to get more food. They're breaking down the walls trying to get some like water pipes because they're it's like day 5 at this point.
How long do you think they were in there? Did it say?
They didn't explicitly say, but they also don't know themselves.
True. It's probably supposed to be.
They don't know how long they've been in there because they just lose track.
Yeah, true.
A couple of them even like fucking die. I remember like one part that I thought was hilarious. Like one old guy like croaks, like he's the first one to croak. So they stuff him in a closet. And then like while everyone's like asleep, one lady like wakes up, hears a knock because she hears a knock at the door the dude's been stuffed in, and his hand falls out of the closet. She freaks out and wakes up her friend. But before her friend can like fully wake up, she like the first lady like passes out in fear.
Oh yeah.
So her friend just doesn't know why she's been woken up and just goes back to bed.
Yep.
Doesn't notice the hand at all. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
That was. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was like interesting. It feels like it's to be examined so differently once you know the whole movie. You know,
Yeah,
like
and it doesn't play itself like a horror movie. Like,
no, not at all, really.
It's a satire on the elite. You know, they keep saying like, yeah, like I'm gonna fucking kill you, but you know, I'm so well mannered though, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
That'll break the curse.
I'll push you out of this room. Do it and I'll fucking kill you. It's like, Jesus.
Kill you.
Man, I mean, there's so much to unpack.
There's a lot, yeah.
How do you feel? Like, okay, we still want to get to the synopsis, but I do want to hear how you feel about how they eventually they get out. Spoiler alert, obviously, but
yeah,
the synopsis.
They make it out,
and how they do that was kind of what I wanted to talk about here, because I like. Is there some kind of symbolism there, or is it just some fucking random thing? Like, what did you get from this?
I think it ties back to, again, like, there's like that superstition angle. You know, everyone's like got their own reasons for why they think they're stuck in there. I took it as like, you know, like a purgatory type thing. Maybe, you know, symbolically they're all dead, and this is a, you know, like limbo or purgatory or whatever. But the way they escape is they all like. Just by chance, all the furniture's back where it originally was, and all the guests are back where they originally were. And they're just like, all right, we're all here. One of them figures out, let's recreate what we were doing that moment we realized we couldn't leave. And it worked somehow, and they're able to leave. But I think I took it kind of as like, just by pure happenstance. You know, like, there's that repetition thing you mentioned earlier.
Right.
Where, you know, like, scenes repeat, dialogue lines repeat. This is that moment that repeats. Kind of, like, bookends this whole experience they all had.
True.
And kind of also ties to, like, a superstition where, like, is this why it worked in the first place? Or is it just by complete chance and this is what they're choosing to believe? I have honestly no fucking clue.
When I first saw it, I kind of felt like maybe it was like almost like a curse that they placed on themselves by breaking a norm. I wanted to rewind and see what happened in that scene when she stopped playing piano, because instead of just doing their like normal, like polite, yes, that was very good, it would have sounded very good with harpsichord as well. Thank you for the pleasant evening. And then they say, well, I can't wait for the next time. Have a wonderful night. And then they're all like, wait, have a wonderful... What? Oh my God, we can leave! They're all like, once they say it out loud, they're like, oh wait, I'll see you another time.
Yeah.
Oh, and like that's like, I don't know if that's what he was going for, but like,
if I remember right, in the beginning of the movie, right, she gets interrupted because I think somebody like pushes the cover, like the piano key cover.
Like that,
down, and then I don't remember anybody saying goodbye in the beginning when they all get locked up, so they can't leave because no one's properly said goodbye.
Well, yeah, and it's just the most anxiety-inducing Minnesotan goodbye bullshit in the
sucks.
world.
Yeah, it sucks to watch.
It's so hard to watch. I love that. Like,
I was like, man, God damn, just leave, please.
Yeah, and I knew they couldn't. I read the synopsis of it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I knew they couldn't, but like, them all just ignoring the fact that they don't want to talk about that they can't leave. They don't even want to believe it themselves. Like, they have to have it so fucking forced out in front of them. They don't even believe it. None of them even believe it. They're like, I can leave. Like, okay, then you can easily prove if you can leave. They're like, I don't need to prove fucking jack shit. I can leave.
And they don't.
And then for like the whole night, they're like, for the almost next day, they were arguing like that. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck I want. I'm just like,
they just get so bitter with each other. Again, they want to sacrifice each other. One of them jokes like, I could push you out the room right now if I wanted to, over to that bear. He doesn't. Doesn't do it.
Yeah. No. It's like an invisible belief almost. Maybe that's how it connects in with like the religious stuff. Is like
how
they believe they can't. They believe they can. You know, they totally. There's nothing physically. Something there. None of them believe. They fully believe that there's a barrier there, and obviously there's really not. So maybe that's the religion tie. Maybe it just all ties in a million different ways. And Buñuel or whatever the fuck his name is, just one crazy filmmaker. Buñuel.
Buñuel.
Danielle.
Luis Buñuel.
Louis Buñuel. It's his white
Luis
man name.
Buñuel.
Bunyan.
Bunyan.
But no, what's that?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I loved it. I mean, it was fucking weird at first, and even though I knew the synopsis, I didn't fucking understand what was going on for pretty much the first 30 minutes. And I thought it was because I was high. Then I remember it was the Weirdo Watchlist. So then I'm like, okay.
It's supposed to be weird.
I guess it'll make sense eventually. Hopefully my dumb brain can understand these subtitles well enough. And I did. And I got through it, and I'm glad I did. I love the ending. Or not the ending where they got out, but the ending with the church we were talking about.
Yeah.
The scene where they're in the church and all the choir's singing or whatever, the music's going, the fucking gospel, and then it just pans across all of their faces, and they're all just like different. They all look a little bit, just a little sad, little like we just went through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, then they get fucking stuck there again.
Stuck in the church, but with more people this time, and it's a perfect fucking stinger. It's so fucking funny too, because it's just all over again. Yeah. And we're talking about like how we think they couldn't leave because they just didn't properly say goodbye. I was raised Catholic, so I know how fucking churches go. I could be wrong. I could just need to rewatch the ending. There's no proper ending to that service. Of course, I don't know like the rules of like Mexican church.
Yeah.
But I assume it's also like mostly like Catholic. Because, like, they're also talking about, like, the Virgin Mary a lot, too. And how, like...
It's true.
We need to sacrifice so she'll let us out. I'm like, that's not how it works. You're crazy. You're unsophisticated. Where's your manners at?
I also was reading that this, I guess, overall, this isn't his, like, biggest work. He has one movie that's, like, kind of his magnum opus, I guess. And I don't remember which one it was called, but I feel like watching that one next. TBH.
I should have just
not for this podcast, but
I mean, I don't even know if it's in the watch this way. It could be the next one if it's in there. Filmography.
Remember.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to help. I got the Wikipedia up. He's got a ton of movies from like 70.
Yeah, he
from
does.
Like 1928 to 77. So he's had a long career.
Documentary. His Wikipedia page is so long. What the hell?
He's got movies in like French, Spanish, and English too. So he's like been all over the place.
Everywhere, man. Man.
Yeah, there's Exterminating Angel, which you watched.
Found the filmography.
Yeah. I don't know which one you're gonna be like trying to look for.
Oh my god, yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
What was the number one on not Rotten Tomatoes, Letterboxd? Does it say? Like, what if it's like just click his name?
I did. I went to Barnes & Noble yesterday. Went to their Criterion section. Found Exterminating Angel on Blu-ray. Picked it up.
Really?
Yeah, I got it on my shelf behind me.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Great.
Random. Okay. Back. I made it to his Letterboxd where it shows his most popular. There's Un Chien Andalo, 1929. It's 16 minutes long, so that's definitely not it. Belle de Joie. Luis Buñuel's masterpiece of erotica. That's the subtitle of it.
What?
Yeah.
Sexy.
A discreet charm of... yeah, here we go. The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie, 1972.
Ah.
I don't know if that's the one you're talking about, but my coworker's seen it.
I think so. I think, yes, because the lips look very.
You reckon?
Did
You
see
reckon is that poster?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it too. Yeah.
Those lips. That's how I like a girl. Lips, legs, and a bowler hat.
A
And that's
bowler
it.
hat.
That's all I like. Baby, that hat's round as hell. Damn. Do you have the freaking wheel? You have the wheel of
I got the wheel ready to
Weirdo?
go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I think we're about done.
I think so.
Didn't quite make the hour runtime I was hoping to hit, but this episode.
I'll talk about the Meg 2 more as much as you want.
Just pad out the runtime with more the Mig. I would rather not. I am fine leaving it at about 50 minutes starting now.
All right, bet.
Okay, let me get the watch list going. Goodbye poster and hello wheel. All right, so the last episode that we spun this wheel, that's how we got to Exterminating Angel. I'm gonna spin it again, and then we get to see what we get to watch next week.
Yeah. I'm gonna Google it. Whatever it's maybe.
Ring Zero. I don't know if that's supposed to be like the Japanese Ringu, but I think that would say Ringu because I copied and pasted from the list.
A Japanese. Wait, what the fuck? Ring Zero.
What am I looking up to?
From 2000?
I'm gonna assume.
Oh, that's birthday.
There's Ring Zero, birthday. Let me find this on Letterboxd because then I'll be able to tell if it's on the watch list or not. It might be actually. Yep, it is. Ring Zero from 2000. That is on the Weirdo watch list, so I'm going with it.
So Ring Zero, birthday?
Birthday, yeah.
There's just two titles. It seems like.
Yeah. Ring Zero 2000 by directed by Norio Suarada. But if you Google Ring Zero,
It's a prequel to Ring.
Okay, which means you don't have to watch the first one.
Great.
Okay, so you look up Ring Zero. It's on Tubi for free, which is great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But yeah, Ring Zero. It'll be Ring Zero birthday, year 2000. That's next week's movie.
Damn, hell yeah. This one looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited as hell.
I've only seen the Gore Verbinski Ring movie, so this will be exciting.
Yeah, this isn't the same thing, is it?
I think Ringu is like the original Japanese, and then Gore Verbinski remade it for Western audiences.
Well, yeah, but this isn't related to that at all, is it?
It might be a prequel?
No, I think
it's Zero, right?
I think this is a prequel to a movie called just Ring, not Ring, like a Japanese movie called Ring. I think.
No, it is, but the Japanese pronunciation is Ringu, and then we just call it Ring.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so like the poster says Ring, but it's also Ringu. That's how Americans differentiate.
I hate Americans. I'm too high to be American.
The Japanese one.
I should be Japanese and less stoned. Those two things would help me out in life so much. It's a prequel to... So, the prequel to The Ring. We're talking about the same thing here. This is
We
crazy.
are talking about the same thing, yeah. Taking place
Blowing
30 years before the events of Ringu, Ringu Zero provides the shocking background story of how the girl in the videotape became a deadly, vengeful spirit.
Heck, first off, I gotta say, I love the movie The Ring. The
Gore Verbinski?
American one.
Right.
Yet. Wait, who's that? Is that the...
He directed The Ring and Mousetrap, which we talked about last week. Or Mousetrap.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It's funny talking about him again.
Yeah, I love The Ring. It was scary as a kid, and it's always stayed with me.
It's got great atmosphere.
It does. It's got genuinely good scares, and I fucking love it. I love it. So I'm excited. This is gonna be great.
I might give the original one the Ringu a watch too, because I also haven't seen that one yet. So I might give that's already on my watch list. I might give that one a watch too.
Is that made by the same guy here, or is this two
No,
different?
two different,
Okay.
two different directors.
Okay. So this feels almost like maybe like a almost unsanctioned type. Not unsanctioned. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
when they make a sequel and like none of the original people are in it at all.
Yeah.
American Psycho 2.
yeah. I'm looking at like this director's for Ring Zero. Absolutely no ties to Ringu.
Okay. So this is like a straight to DVD. Hey, we're a studio. We need to cash in on Ringu. Let's make a prequel
Yeah.
and put it out. Okay, great. This is going to be fantastic.
And the director of Ringu, absolutely no relation to Ring Zero.
Wait, what?
The director of Ringu, who directed the American Ring 2.
Whoa.
Yeah. Did not have any connection to Ring Zero Birthday. So it could be another American Psycho 2 American Girl situation.
Yeah. Might be. But I'm excited. It might be a little off.
We'll have to find out.
I think it's going to be a little off.
It might be slightly off.
Just the tiniest bit.
Just slightly off. Just a little bit off. It might be a weirdo kind of movie, if you ask me.
I'm excited. Tubi. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll watch that one next week, and then we will talk about it. And who knows if it'll be good or bad. We won't know. But
it'll be weird.
It'll certainly be weird.
Hell yeah. I'm about it. Yeah. I'm ready for it.
All right. Any closing thoughts?
Gosh. Well, guys, we need people to go see the Meg. We need to get those box office numbers
Shutting
up
you down.
We can get Meg 3 greenlit. We need Meg 3. What would be the Meg 3's tagline? So Meg 2, the trench.
The deeper trench. There's a second trench under the trench. What the fuck are you doing down here, Minnie?
The Megist. It's gonna be called the Megist.
Over there. Go over there.
The Mega Meg. I'd watch it. No, I would. I'd watch half of it.
Bigger Meg.
Oh, that's the biggest shark I ever seen.
The Meg. Meg 3?
Dom Toretto.
Dom Toretto. Not a good movie either, Fast X.
Definitely not. And I love the Fast and Furious series.
We talked about this last week too.
A little bit, but goddamn, I did not like the latest one. Or really 9. I think it stopped being good at 8, kind of. I liked 8.
I've only seen 6, 7, and 10.
Okay, you've seen a couple of decent ones then, though, so that's good.
I couldn't tell you anything about 6 or 7 except 7. That's the one where Paul Walker died.
Yeah.
So they played the song that was on every goddamn radio station for 2 fucking years.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I'm so goddamn tired of hearing that song, and I still don't know why people still play it.
Yeah, I don't know. Who is that? Pitbull or David Guetta or some shit? I don't know.
I think David Guetta.
Sounds right. After I said Pitbull out loud, David Guetta popped in my head. So
Furious 7 song. Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth.
That makes
Neither
sense.
of the people we mentioned.
Nope. But Wiz Khalifa, how could I forget?
Pitbull was on the soundtrack for Gotti, starring John Travolta.
Really?
Yeah.
Never saw that.
It's a bad movie.
But it's got Mr. Worldwide on the soundtrack.
It's got Mr. Worldwide on the soundtrack. Mr. 305.
Fucking Gotti.
All right, enough of that aside. We're sidetracked. Time to end. Time to end the podcast.
Have a wonderful time. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Share with your friends. Be sure to watch Ring Zero Birthday. It's on Tubi for free, so you only have to deal with a couple of ads. Watch that. We'll discuss it next week. And yeah, bye-bye, everybody. Have a good night.